Every single time African suffers, every time Nigeria struggles, people point one finger, colonialism. But today, I am going to say something that will make a lot of people very uncomfortable. Colonialism is not the reason Africa is poor, and I have the evidence to prove it. My name is Olufendii, stay with me. Let me give you a real fact that nobody wants to talk about. Number one, Ethiopia. Ethiopia was never colonized, not one single day under colonial rule. But today, Ethiopia is one of the poorest countries on this earth. If colonialism is the problem, explain Ethiopia to me. The second example I'll be citing is Japan. Japan was never colonized they were never colonized. Today, Japan is one of the most powerful economies on this entire planet. Talk of technology, innovation, discipline, world-class infrastructure. Nobody in Japan is blaming colonialism for their problems. The third example I'll be making is United States of America. America was a British colony. They were colonized heavily. And I'm sure most of people don't know this. They were colonized. But today, America is the number one superpower in the entire world. So let me ask you a simple question. If colonialism is truly the reason Africa is poor, why is Ethiopia poor without ever being colonized? Why is Japan one of the richest nations without ever being colonized? Why is America the most powerful country despite being colonized? The evidence is clear. Colonialism is not the problem. So what is the real problem? I will tell you exactly what it is. The real problem is leadership. Leadership. Bad governance and corrupt leadership. Bad leadership will result to African real problem. Here's what happens in Africa. The moment a black man gets power, and I say this with pain because I am an African and I love Africa. The moment he gets that seat, that position, that office, his first question is never how do I serve my people. His first question is how much can I take? They fill their pockets, they take care of their families, they buy mansions abroad, they send their children to schools in Europe and America. And the poor man on the streets, the man who voted for them, he is completely forgotten. So I'm going to use Nigeria as a case study. Nigeria is the perfect example. Nigeria has crude oil, one of the largest oil reserves in the entire world. I think they're in number 8. We are in number 8 position in the world. Nigeria has gold. Nigeria has agriculture. Nigeria has some of the most intelligent, hardworking, creative people on this planet. Every single resources you need to build a wealthy and powerful nation, Nigeria has it. Africa has it. But something keeps pulling Nigeria back. Something keeps pulling Africa back. And that something has a name. And what's the name? It's called bad leadership. So let me talk about this mentality. But I want to go even deeper now because the leadership problem comes from something deeper, which I call mentality. When a Japanese leader fails his people, he resigns in shame. When an European politician is caught stealing public funds, there is national outrage. People protest. People demand accountability. But in Africa, a leader steals billions and his own people defend him. His tribe protects him. His religion covers him. And the same poor people he stole from, we voted him back into power. We have been conditioned to accept suffering, to fight each other instead of fighting the system that keeps us poor. We are fighting each other instead of the system, not against Souths, Muslim against Christian, tribe against tribe. And while we are busy fighting each other, the people in power are laughing, stealing, and building empires with our money. Africa, Nigeria, So what is the solution? Because every challenges has solution. Every challenges, difficulties, they have solution, and it remains for people to follow it or not. Africa does not need more foreign aid. Africa does not need the West to come and save us. Africa does not need to keep blaming events from 100, 60, 30, 40 years ago for the problem happening today. Africa needs accountable leadership. Accountable leadership will give us the solution. Africa needs citizens who will stand up and say, enough is enough. I want you watching this right now to ask yourself one question. Not what your government can do for you, but what you will do to demand better governance. Because Nigeria has everything it needs to be great. Africa has everything they need to be great. The resources are there, the people are there, the intelligence is there. The only thing missing is the leadership that actually serve the people. And that change starts with you and me. Refusing to be silent, we can end this corruption and every other thing. My name is Olufendii. I say what others are afraid to say. And if this video make you think, you can like, share, and subscribe, and to see more of it, because I will be enlightening African as a whole, I will be highlighting Nigeria as a whole, and I will enlighten the entire globe. Well, these are my opinion, and these are my opinion. So anyways, my name is Olufendii. Follow for more, and I'll see you in the next video. Shalom.